Imagine buying a scooter that buzzes through the streets with so much personality, people can recognize it before they even see it. A machine so iconic that it became a symbol of freedom, rebellion, elegance, and European cool, all wrapped in sheet metal. But here's the twist. Its name didn't come from a branding agency, a marketing team, or even a focus group. It came from a single shocking moment. A moment when the head of the company looked at the prototype, opened his mouth, and said one strange word that would change scooter history forever. Today, we're uncovering the surprising story behind one of the most recognizable names on two wheels. So, why is it called the Vespa scooter? Right here on History of Simple Things. To understand the name, we need to go back to 1945. Italy was shaking off the destruction of World War II, and companies that once built bombers, engines, and aircraft suddenly had nothing to produce. One of these companies was Piaggio, an industrial empire that had spent the war manufacturing planes and airplane parts. When the war ended, their factories were damaged, their resources limited, and the demand for aircraft had evaporated. But transportation was desperately needed. Cities were wrecked, trains inconsistent, and cars far beyond the average citizen's reach. Italy needed a cheap, reliable, easy-to-ride vehicle, and Piaggio needed to reinvent itself. Enter Corradino d'Ascanio, an aeronautical engineer who disliked motorcycles. He found them dirty, unstable, awkward to mount, and far too complex for the average person. But that dislike became the spark that Piaggio needed. Instead of designing a motorcycle, he approached the project like an airplane engineer. He wanted something lightweight, aerodynamic, simple, and elegant. He placed the engine on the side, removed the exposed chain, and created a flat floorboard that let riders sit comfortably without swinging a leg over the machine. It was a clean, streamlined design, almost too strange for its time. But it was functional, stylish, and surprisingly modern. Now comes the legendary moment. When d'Ascanio presented the prototype to Enrico Piaggio, the company's owner, Piaggio observed its wide, rounded rear, narrow waist, and buzzing little engine. The sound wasn't a growl like a motorcycle. It was sharper, higher, and distinct. And instead of seeing a traditional two-wheeler, Piaggio saw something different entirely. He looked at it and exclaimed, "Sembra una Vespa," Italian for, "It looks like a wasp." The shape resembled a wasp's body, and the sound echoed its distinctive buzz. That spontaneous remark became the scooter's official name. Vespa, the Wasp, a name that would eventually define an era. Names come and go in industrial history, but Vespa survived because it perfectly fit the machine's personality. It was compact, agile, and unmistakable. The engine's hum really did sound like a buzzing insect. The rear section bulged like a wasp's abdomen, and the streamlined front shield looked like a thorax with a head. The name wasn't forced, it was instinctive. It captured the scooter's quirks, design, and sound in a single vivid word. Vespa wasn't just branding, it was identity. And Italians embraced it immediately because it felt natural, conversational, and charming. The Vespa rapidly became more than a vehicle. It turned into a social equalizer. Unlike motorcycles, which were heavier, messier, and more masculine in design, the Vespa attracted everyone: students, workers, women, soldiers returning from the war. Its step-through frame, Enclosed mechanics and smooth ride made it accessible to riders who had never considered two wheels before. The Wasp-inspired body wasn't just cute, it was practical. It protected clothing from dirt, kept passengers dry, and offered stability. The name Vespa ended up emphasizing its friendly, universal appeal. It didn't intimidate, it invited. By the late 1940s, something unexpected happened. The Vespa started showing up everywhere. It appeared in magazines, newspapers, parades, and street corners across Europe. It wasn't seen as a temporary transport solution anymore, but a symbol of post-war rebirth. Its design struck a perfect balance between modernity and simplicity. An aircraft-inspired machine adapted for everyday streets. The name Vespa reinforced that charm. It sounded light, fun, fast, and youthful. In a continent rebuilding itself, a tiny buzzing wasp was exactly the spirit people wanted: resilient, energetic, and lively. Then Hollywood amplified everything. In 1953, the film Roman Holiday featured Gregory Peck and Audrey Hepburn riding a Vespa across Rome. That single scene elevated the scooter into a global sensation. Moviegoers weren't just seeing a scooter, they were seeing the romance of Italy, the freedom of mobility, and the playful charm of the wasp-shaped machine. The world didn't question the name. They embraced it instantly because it matched the scooter's personality. The Vespa was small, but packed with character, like the insect it was named after, and in that moment, the name became immortal. Over the decades, the Vespa evolved, but its essence stayed the same. The body shape remained curvy and unmistakable. The engine note kept a distinct tone, even as technology changed. The step-through design, the metal frame, and the sleek silhouette continued to echo its original form. And the name Vespa remained untouched. It was too perfect to modify. It had become inseparable from the scooter's identity. Even as scooters from other brands entered the market, none captured the same blend of style, simplicity, and personality. A Vespa wasn't just transportation. It was a cultural icon with a name rooted in instinct, not engineering. So the next time you hear that soft buzzing glide past you, remember the history behind the name. Vespa wasn't crafted in a boardroom. It was born from surprise, instinct, and the unmistakable charm of a machine that looked and sounded like a tiny buzzing insect ready to zip into Italy's future. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.